Performance Corner, and today we change an old bootleg knockoff Clone Trooper into Commander Fox. Don't forget, if you really enjoy the channel, you can hit the like button, you can subscribe and ding that bell so you don't miss the next episode. It really helps out the channel and it's really much appreciated. Thank you. Commander Fox led the Coruscant Guard, an elite clone trooper unit assigned to serve as peacekeepers on the Galactic Republic's capital. Commander Fox Phase 1 all finished, completed and weathered and ready to join all his brothers on the shelf. And now I'm extremely happy to get that warm fuzzling feeling inside once you finish a collection within a collection. So now he finishes off my Phase 1 clone commanders of official released Phase 2 clone commanders. So now I have one of each era, and it makes a little brilliant feeling when you got them all on the shelf, and he looks fantastic. So doing this guy, I kind of went in a little bit apprehensive again, because obviously it's more finer details that we need to do around on his chest area and areas like that. So the paints that I've used on here, so we have a little chrome silver, and that was X11. You can use aluminium or any other kind of silver paint, because literally all we done was paint that antenna up there using this colour. The white, which is XF2, which is just a standard white, we used that to colour in his holsters and obviously paint the rest of that sculpt on his head. And then down to that, we actually used the main paints. So I've gone over with the dull red. We've used this on the channel before. Just be careful with it, it really dries really quickly, so you always want to keep it kind of like, maybe add just a tiny droplet of water into the paint just to keep it a little bit more moist for a longer time, because your paintbrush will dry out very quickly using this. And then obviously over the top, it did need an extra kind of coating after that paint. So with the extra coating, I did use X7 red, and that was just to go over the top, so we got a little, it brings a little bit more lighter into it. I have to sort of literate as well, because on the camera where I'm filming at the moment, it looks really bright. The red looks as if I've just painted it with the X7, but actually it is quite dull. It has got a dullness to it. It's quite hard to sort of bring it into sort of thing, because the lights are so sort of shining on it, but it is a lot duller than it appears to be. So using the weathering, we've gone over with the black wash that we normally do, and using the jelly roll pen. You can get these on Amazon and stuff. I'll try and put the description down below. And this is what I go around this, doing those extra little chip-ins and stuff. I like using the pen because it's more precise of where I'm going. And once you've got it all in place, you can either lick it, you know, well, not lick it completely off the figure. I mean, I would highly lick your finger to then take it off the actual figure itself if you have made a mistake. And then when you want it in place, then just coat it with a varnish over the top, and it ain't gonna go anywhere. But as I said, with the actual detailing on the chest, I was a little bit sort of scared going into it. So again, I can't really literate enough that using the right kind of equipment going in. So using a tiny little paintbrush like these, then you're not gonna sort of screw up as much as going in with a nice big sort of chunky one. So you can actually just go on there, and as you can see, the sizing and stuff. So it is ideal to pick up your best equipment before tackling anything like this. But yeah, here he is, Phase 1 Commander Fox. And again, down in the description down below, I get all my 3D parts from Clone Based Customs. So if you're after anything, hit him up on Instagram, and his description is down below. So he created these pistols for me, the head part as well. It's not ideally his fault. I did actually ask for a heavy Phase 1. So I had to sort of change it, because I sort of changed my mind what I wanted to take him in. So I sanded down these extra bits in the side here and added on this part here, which is actually a little bit of a cocktail stick that I cut down, glued down and then painted. And then obviously he's provided the holsters as well. So looking at the helmet, again, it's a great sculpt from Clone Based Customs around on there, using those paint parts and everything. And yeah, it's pretty cool. It's quite hard to get Phase 1 Fox kind of reference pictures on there as well. He actually has a white part here, you know, I thought it was quite weird, but he does. So I was using the sort of sideshow collectibles, I guess, as a comparison. This part here was a little bit strange. Again, reference pictures slightly off. Sometimes it's like right underneath the breastplate, sometimes it's a little bit lower down. So I went for a bit of an intermediate level. At first I did do it quite low, and that's why I've gone over it again. And looking at it again, I kind of need to go over it with the dull paint rather than the red, because you can see the fine difference in between those parts there. But using a cocktail stick and that right paintbrush, you can get those details in nicely. So it's not a water decor or anything like that. We have hand painted. On the side of the references as well, like these little arm braces was a little bit weird. So again, I kind of invented it as my own to try and find how it is. It's a bit like that, but I'm not 100% sure. And then obviously the rest is all painted up. We've added those extra chippings there on that belt and around the Kamar with the red line around on the side. Painted from some Amazon lady leggings and then down to his boots, looking all very nice as well. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's quite nice to have the Commander Fox, as though we don't really like him as much, but his armor is pretty cool as well. And then we can actually put him next to his counterpart of Phase 2. So thank you so much for joining me in this one. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it inspires you to create your own customs, and at least it illustrates what kind of paints and methods that you could possibly use. So let me know down in the comments what you think. You can subscribe, you can ding the bell, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.